We're gonna put that Faceless Void on the safe lane.
Yeah.
Yep, right there. And we're gonna put Drow on mid. Now you have this Chronosphere to set up for the Drow Ranger to hit, I suppose.
For the Will-O-Wisp as well. Will-O-Wisp to set up for the Chronosphere.
Yeah, not a whole lot of magic damage on their side. You have these auras from the Beast, from the Drow, to buff up the Void as well. I mean, it's alright. I'm not really sold on this draft of OG, to be honest. Even if you chrono a target that's not Pugna, you have that decrep to save it.
Yeah.
And then you have no damage besides right click, right? And now they go with
Illuminate.
Kunkka. And now Illuminate. And now you go with Kunkka, so that Pugna is actually going to be on offlane. This was a debate. They pick Kunkka, as we expected before, because of the Razor and the OD bans.
Mm-hmm.
And this Kunkka, we saw no one do well versus Kunkka mid on Drow, but honestly, Kunkka should win this lane. He should crush it. He should destroy it. He should win it so hard. This Drow is gonna be farming creeps in the jungle from minute 2, and not any creeps, the small camp.
That's unfortunate.
But I don't know. It's Dobson. He might make it work.
He can make a lot of things work. He couldn't make Shadow Demon work, and we did see DM being so good on the Kunkka. Is that the wrong way around? Am I thinking?
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. DM Kunkka again. Yeah.
He was amazing on Kunkka. He's playing it again. I'm wondering if he's going to be able to deliver the same kind of a game he did in that last match. If he does, he's going to win. And honestly, this draft on Vega, I'm liking it more. I'm going with Vega again.
I'll stick with you. Owen said game 2 was going the way of OG. You guys can't see it. It looks like a white note. But I actually wrote down his predictions because he wanted to get his predictions in and see if he had a chance to win anything. So he predicted OG to win a game 2.
Yeah.
And I'm predicting Vega to win game 2 and therefore have a 2-0. According to Owen, it's going to a game 3. And yeah. I'm going to be enjoying the match regardless, I think, because I like the draft of OG a lot better than previous game. I mean, I guess I liked the draft of OG last game as well, but it didn't really work out the way I was hoping it would.
So you're going with Vega?
I am going with Vega.
Yep.
But I do want to say that I'm happy that OG stepped away from the Cartel Chen CK.
Honestly, if this was the first game, and I saw these drafts, I'd go with OG.
Yeah.
But after seeing that first game, I'm kind of still affected by it, and I'm going with Vega. But like, at least in this game you can play. If you are OG, you have the Void, you have the Drow, you have some right clickers. You're gonna be able to do something in that game. In that last match, they have 4 supports and 1 lonesome anti-mage. So.
Yeah, poor ILTW.
Yeah, this definitely does look better.
I do think that the ILTW this game also has a lot of pressure on him because he's the Void. He is the one to get all the Chronospheres. If he misses a Chrono...
It is. There is definitely a lot of pressure on him, but not nearly as much as in that last game. If you miss a Chrono, you still have Seb with Roar, you still have Jerax with the grip, you have a lot of control. That Thompson is going to get that Blink Dagger eventually. He's going to jump around, he's going to be able to deal with the Nikes, maybe with a good silence or something. So overall, I definitely think OG can win this game.
Yeah.
And I'm slightly favoring Vega because of the way they played that last game and because of the fact that they're going to have Kunkka versus Drow mid. Yeah. That's basically it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of a gotcha pick to have the Pugna not mid and be that a Kezu Pugna instead. We'll see how that's going to work out. For now, he's moving to the bottom lane by himself, as there is a triple lane up top trying to secure those runes. And bottom lane, Beastmaster's supported by Kotl, so they'll share runes 2 for 2 by the looks of things. And Nojil has to be careful here. That's taking a lot of harass. And he's not very heavy on those tangos, and you don't want to steal Seb's salve, you know? You want to take care of yourself, so be careful.
I mean, he has such a low health pool that he's gonna just eat 1 tango and be fine.
True that. Alright, so 2 for 2, 2-1-2 lanes for both sides. I guess no surprise really as it come down on lane. We do have the Beastmaster safe and the Void on the off lane. Void is supported by Bane. Is there any lane in particular that we should keep our eyes on, where there's maybe going to be, like, where there's a mismatch or where there's a lot of action?
There's a mismatch on mid, I think. That Kunkka is gonna crush Drow if they don't help her. But at the same time, it's Thompson, so I expect a lot from him. I expect to see him somehow win this lane. I don't know how, but it's possible.
He'll make it happen.
When it comes to this bottom lane, we are gonna see actually a position 5 Elder Titan. So that's interesting. I think they should do quite fine on the side of Vega here as well.
Yeah, look at Seb. He's already dropping low, already forced to use his salve before the second minute mark. And he cancelled it with a spirit. That is some value from Paxu right there.
Yeah, and he's gonna get out, perhaps, by a stick and suicide. He can stick around a bit longer, but most likely gonna suicide very soon.
But that's big. Your goal here, if you're on the offlane, your goal is to burn through your enemy's mana, and so that they can't really feel safe on the lane anymore, right? Oh, Jarex, he might be the first one to go here. If there's another couple of hits coming in from Vega, one more ahead, maybe next time. Can't get at the tree.
Yeah, those boosts were not enough.
No.
Bane is really fast early on, so he gets out anyway. 308 movement speed without boots. And he's just enfeebling.
Okay, he's got to be careful though. He's just got tangos.
He's gonna get level 2. He has 3 mangoes. That region is quite good on him. Should be fine.
Oh, I see his health taking up indeed.
How's mid? I mean, Drow has 6 CS versus 9-5 on Kunkka.
6-2, yeah.
Not doing horribly.
Not doing great, but not doing super bad yet. Nothing to worry about for now. No need for anybody to rotate yet. Perhaps when we see minute 5 roll around. I mean, Coddle Bane, who's going to rotate? It's got to be Jarex, but... I mean, you got a Nightmare to set up for positioning. Yeah,
there isn't really a lot that they can do.
No.
I think you just play this lane, you play the lanes out the way they are. Coddle is very bad when it comes to rotations.
Yeah.
Bane is good, but when he has something to set up, but what is he setting up? A Drow that comes closer, perhaps, as you said, repositioning, but that's about it. He's doing quite well here, though.
Yep, we also do have, if you look at the last hits in the eyes, it is Vega Squadron that is edging out ahead. It's not by a large margin, but they are edging out ahead right now on all the lanes. So we do have a rotation from Shadow Shaman. I think he's gonna try to kill himself to a tier 2 tower, but he can't because Jarex is on his tail.
Yeah. He just has to run back.
First blood happens in mid. Thompson actually dying. Tip coming out from maybe next time as well.
Yeah, not looking great.
No.
Dying. I mean, I didn't expect to see a kill on mid. No. I expected Drow to suffer when it comes to CS, but I did not expect her to die. So that's kinda problematic.
Yeah, they did.
He's doubling the CS of Thompson, and he also killed him.
Yeah, that is.
But I mean, you're Thompson. You want TI. What do you care? Like, you have those millions. Once the government gives you back, and we're fine.
Yeah, Finland. Finland's quite heavy on the tax, right?
Yeah, I heard something about it.
Yeah. But as you say, I mean, he is still Thompson. He can recover. Well, how good can a Drow Ranger really recover? Like, what's I'm not saying she's out of the game just yet, because she isn't. But let's say, what's her way back?
She can recover, definitely. She can farm ancients really fast.
Yeah.
The problem is this Kunkka was catching anti-mage in that last game after the laning stage, and now good silence, good reactions by Thompson, definitely.
Very nice.
It is a hard gank though. Ganking Radiant mid from top is definitely difficult. They have those trees to hide in, and also there's a lot of vision.
Yeah.
A lot of empty ground, so.
But Vega does have a lane that can gank. I mean, that Shadow Shaman, apparently it's free enough to not be
tied, yeah, he's not tied with his Nikes, definitely.
No, the runes are gonna spawn. Looks like we're gonna have Vega Squadron get 3.
Yep.
1 for OG.
Pexu gonna get 2, but Pexu is actually...
Ooh, the Shackle, very long range with the open wounds there as well. He can time walk away, already used that, and the Ether Shock to finish it off. Jarex is trying to get some extra hits out onto maybe next time, but he can't really stand against Madara all too long because he is kind of scary.
Avoid the die, but he's doing really well when it comes to CS. He's farming that lane fairly well. Has a slight edge over Nikes in the lane, as long as Rasta isn't around.
Yeah, Pexu is indeed also doing quite well for himself. Getting the stun off there. Just from some extra harassment on Seb. He is taking a beating here. But Kezu will help him out.
They have the shrine to work with. So
Another shackle. Jarex pops the mana. Gets still killed off by maybe next time. Again, that Ether Shock level 2 doing work for him.
Honestly, like whatever happens in this lane, it's irrelevant, because if you look at mid, exactly this Kunkka, he's sitting at 36 CS versus 20 of Thompson. It's hard for this draw.
You know what comes to mind? The previous game, we did see a couple good crits from DM, right? And he killed supports in one go. The cores from OG are not necessarily, like, apart from Beastmaster.
Yeah, they're very squishy.
They're very squishy.
You can crit them down easily. And I would really like to see the same build again on DM, just that Shadow Blade as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Going for Facebook's Shadow Blade. It just does so much. And I think they should block these Ancients too. Just prevent Thompson from ever catching up. He has, what, 3 raid bans?
Yep. Building towards the fourth almost having it.
He's gonna
That's all he's got though.
He's gonna place a ward possibly somewhere around where he's farming in that jungle, and then he'll feel a bit safer, but this isn't great.
Look at that rotation. DM already drawing the line. They want to try and take out ILTW on his Void. The Hex comes out, the Shekel as well, the Stomp to follow it up, the Torrent as well. DM getting in position and right-clicking that guy down.
As well.
Jarex can't get a Brain Sap off. Of course he has a double damage rune at that time as well.
And they're crushing.
They are crushing once again. It is 5-0 in favor of Vega, and it's like they crush the lanes. This is, how many games have we seen of OG, even the games that they won, where they were just struggling on those lanes, and they are going to get a kill on Kezu though. That is at least something. Instantly a tip comes off from Seb, trying to keep morale high for his team, but it's just a Pugna.
Yeah, it's just an offlane Pugna. It's a good kill though, definitely. Slows the push down a bit, relieves the pressure.
Oh, Shackle. Onto Jarex again, followed up by the Torrent. Roar comes out onto the Shadow Shaman. Seb coming in, trying to save the day. Jarex will get the last hit on maybe next time with the Stomp. Pexu, can he make it out? Yes, he can. He'll be okay.
That was a good stomp. Overall, I think maybe Vega is overplaying their hand right now.
A little bit too trigger happy. I mean, they're very close to making it through, and I guess, you know, you're going up against OG. You know that you are the underdog, and you're considered the underdog, so doing well in the lanes, you know, gets you a bit giddy.
Definitely, it got them a bit giddy. they are bloodthirsty. They see the heroes on OG. They see how underleveled and how underfarmed they are, and they definitely want to strike right now. And so they should, but maybe with the plan. Use it to block the Ancients. Use it to shut down Thompson even further. Use it to take control of their side of the map and plan some deeper wards. Don't just go chasing one kill after another.
Hey, look at that. Or instantly countered, but the thought was there. Pexu did try. He gets the stomp off. Jarex is still chasing him down. He has got a Brain Sap available if he wants to.
Fine.
Yeah,
no sleep. So.
No sleep. Didn't level it yet.
He tried blocking that. Yeah. It instantly got devoured by this sentry. And I think if you're doing that, commit as a team, smoke up, go in, get the pick off, and also block.
Is no Nightmare build on Bane? Is that the right one?
That's the new build.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's the new build.
No Nightmare until level 5?
I suppose that's the new build. And like before this patch, it used to be no Enfeeble. You're just getting second and third. I don't know. I mean,
Did Enfeeble really do that much? Because Lifestealer is still looking good on the network.
It's different. Enfeeble is different now. It's status resistance, so it's not the damage any longer. But I think he can dispel it with rage. Like, I'm not certain. It seemed that way at least. So that's kind of, I don't know, weird.
He didn't used to be able to.
Yeah.
Runes.
But I mean, Bane, it's not about the sleep or the Enfeeble.
No.
As Grip goes through BKB and you have a solid catch versus that Nyx, I think. You have a lot of catch on the side of OG.
Yeah.
And there's multiple heroes that work really well together. If Thompson gets just that Blink Dagger, like one mobility item, there he's building into it. Once he gets that, he's going to be able to kill anyone across the map.
Okay, he's gonna have some backup as well. He's gonna need it sooner rather than later as DM coming in. The Will-O-Wisp is there to keep him in position. The Roar as well. They throw everything in the kitchen sink on this Kunkka, but he is alive for the moment. The boat still having him stay alive for that extra bit longer, but he will still be brought down. 4 heroes of OG. And I mean, that...
I should have expected that bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drow was so far out on
forward.
her own, just attacking that tower, and he knew that she was baiting. He knew what was happening. he expected it, but at the same time, he kind of he saw that good cleave. He thought, all right, I hit her with Tidebringer. She's like on 30% HP. I can go in. Instantly dies because of it. Well, instantly. It took them quite a long time to kill him, but. They do take him down.
Yep. Compared to last game, this is a much better positioning for OG, even if they did kind of lose the lanes.
Yep.
They have a much better shot at fighting, at picking off heroes and getting kills and keeping that map control up. They got the vision from the Beastmaster helping out, of course, as well. And they don't only rely on ILTW because Thompson is not doing too bad anymore.
Yeah, they have these, like usually when you're watching at the drafts, and besides tower push, team fight, whatever, you're looking what synergy you have between your heroes and how much you can do with only 2 heroes. They have many combinations that can get pickoffs, and because of that, I can see this draft working. You have this Beast plus Bane. They can basically kill off anyone across the map on their own. Perhaps not the Kunkka, but even the Kunkka will fall. Then you can use Jerax plus Thompson.
They want to fight. They've got a Chronosphere. They got it on the Shadow Shaman. In the meantime, there's a Roar onto that Knight's rather, Madara backing off. The Will-O-Wisp not catching anybody anymore. And now it looks like ILTW, he has to back out. Shadow Shaman will still fall, but can they catch more? They did commit an awful lot to try and get something going here.
Vexu might not be fortunate.
Oh, and Enfeeble is there. And if you have Enfeeble and you roar, how long do you roar?
Forever. It never ends.
It never ends. That's pretty OP if you ask me. Oh. Vega Squadron, they lost one. They did gather 4 people.
They used Chrono as well. They used Roar. They didn't use Grip, so with that Grip perhaps you can... this is a really good rune on Jerax. So you have Invis on mid, then you're gonna pressure with someone else. And if
in position for the Grip.
Exactly. And who's coming? Poor Shadow Shaman.
Oh, again? Oh, maybe next time. I mean, he is the sacrificial lamb. I don't think that Vega's too sad if
he is their position 4. I think it's position 5, Vexu. He always plays 5, so this is your... Oh,
poor Shaman. They go on no-till first.
Yeah, the
meantime, the Grip is indeed on Rasta with Thompson from the low ground. They should be enough to kill him off, and almost making it out alive with some help of Kezu, but still the only one to die.
Is Rasta again.
Yeah.
Grip was used. I mean, as you said, it is a position for Rasta, so they're satisfied with that. It's a good kill. Could have been worse for Vega, but they're still not in complete control after that great laning stage. And this is how we expect OG to play. We expect them to have these moments of brilliance in which they play really well, in which they bait you thinking that you have a free kill, and then you just get countered.
Yeah.
This is what they're supposed to be doing. This is why they want TI. After all, they are a strong team.
Yeah.
But when you have a Shadow Demon mid like they did in that last game, you're just useless.
Oh, Roar on the Shadow Shaman. Again, Will-O-Wisp.
And the
end.
as well.
Nightmared up. It's going to be some backup perhaps from Kezu trying to save his buddy. Life Drain is there as well. Kunkka is fine. He has a haste rune and they did kill off.
They have the boat now.
Kill. Boat. Oh, and a cleave coming up. 2 for 1.
Yeah, that haste
and again,
there.
a Roar used, a Will-O-Wisp used, the silence is still there. Then
Chrono.
the Chrono up.
Perfect Chrono.
Yep, but that's just Kezu though, again.
No, it's a good kill.
Yeah,
They can turn it maybe into this push. Yeah, they're definitely happy.
Alright. They're happy. I'm happy. It's again, but it's still, it feels like they use so much and they get, like they are not even getting this power right
now. That's the thing, like they use a lot, but they're satisfied with going late, I think, and at the same time they have a lot to use. You have the Roar, you have the Grip, you have the Chrono, like there's so many big spells that you can toss on targets and get good pickoffs that you don't really care that much. He went Midas on the Void as well, so he's gonna scale quite well. I definitely do think it's gonna be very scary for Vega very soon.
Hex, Shackle as well. Is there enough damage to follow up? There is an Earth Splitter coming out. Doesn't actually hit ILTW though.
Yeah.
He's fine.
He's just fine.
Alright, so this game is being brought to even again. If it is going to late game, who has the upper hand?
I honestly believe OG does. I always value that Chrono super highly in the late game.
Another Fiend's Grip on DM. He does have a lot of help. I think the boat was there too. Stomp. Looking for the kill on Thompson. Can Thompson make it out? He's looking for maybe getting a courier there, but nope. Roar
is there.
Trying to buy time for Thompson to stay alive as the Roar on Madara. It wore off and Thompson can still not make it out. Now the Shackle up on Seb. Again, prevented from running. No tail there with the Will-O-Wisp. Trying to buy Seb some time to just leg it out, but he gets X-marked back into the Will-O-Wisp and back into the claws of Vega. The Will-O-Wisp not enough to keep him up.
Good skills there. Maybe they should be a bit more careful when it comes to these fights in which they don't have the Chrono. They had the Roar, sure, but they went on to the Kunkka, and he's the tankiest one right now, so it's very unlikely that you're gonna take him down before they respond. Kezu sees Jarax there.
Ooh, he takes a lot of damage from that. He's getting torn to it as well. Yeah, that's a nice gold extra in the hands of DM, who is building towards his Sanj, by the looks of it.
Yeah. So he can get a halberd perhaps on that Kunkka this game. That's quite fine.
Is that the way to deal with...
yeah, you can use it on Void or on Draw, yeah. Yeah, he's going for the halberd. Yeah, it's definitely alright. They have the Decrepify. Decrepify one, halberd the other, easy game.
The right clicks are not gonna do much anymore if they get their wish. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All tier 1 towers on the side of OG are dead. There's still 2 tier 1 towers standing on the side of Vega. They're, I guess, as you mentioned, OG is kind of gearing towards late game. They're not really too pressured into making things happen.
Yeah, they aren't. I mean, you can use these big spells to get a pick off or two, I think. But they're definitely not feeling the pressure. I think Vega might. They have the Radiance build on Ix almost finished up. After this Radiance is up, perhaps they can look to fight. The only problem that I see with this Kunkka last pick, they didn't get that vessel for Nyx.
Oh, Chrono.
Alright.
For Kezu. Kezu does not have anybody backing him up. His, the Illuminate actually doesn't kill him off. He's trying to teleport up and he should be fine.
What did you do? Why didn't they? What?
No Nightmare, no Vision. I don't know, it was late. I think they wanted to have the Illuminate come in afterwards because they knew he was going to decrep himself. And
I thought they had vision there. Bad RNG for OG though. For ILTW, he didn't have those bashes. Yeah, just a few bashes, not good enough. But that's huge. Chrono wasted.
Oh, hello.
X marks the spot. Are we gonna punish this? Madara is coming in.
Yeah, the Will-O-Wisp there to try and stop ILTW from dying, but the Will-O-Wisp already dead, and ILTW X-marked once again and should indeed fall here. Grip is here to try and help out. The X-mark
Roar on the back.
Didn't really work out. Roar. Yeah, no teleport out for Jerax, but he'll take that. His teammate lived. It's all good.
Yeah, so Roar used, Chrono used.
Yeah.
You can push if you are Vega right now.
I mean, it's only a Bane dead. How far can you push?
I mean, only a Bane dead, but no Chrono and no Roar. So
true.
You can perhaps at least pressure this area.
Yeah, at least
plant some wards.
Yeah. I like those. And some extra control, extra vision. Seb's got his blink dagger done. He's gonna be ganked from behind, pincered, but maybe next time Kizu or Madara.
He has this blink dagger, but you have to use it. It's a passive blink dagger.
Oh, it's Seb. Seb is also the one to tip enemies, so he gets tipped in return. Vega is, I'm thinking Vega is having a good time. I think if we were in their team comms or in the room or something like that,
they don't love killing Seb.
Yeah,
I can say that for sure.
You can feel
especially
it.
Because he always aggressively tips and stuff.
Yeah.
Like when he baited Kezu on bottom, when Kezu died to the first Chrono, he instantly tipped him. So.
Don't you think that Seb has everybody muted at the start of the game though? Because you know that you are going to tip people and what kind of impact that can have.
I don't mute him.
I don't know.
I don't know. You could, I suppose, if it affects you. But then you're weak.
True.
You're basically saying that you're mentally weak. Yeah, that you can't deal with it. That means he won already.
I guess so.
If you're worrying about it, you're thinking about it. Like, you have him muted and you're thinking, did he tip me? Did he not? And then he definitely tipped me. And then you're wasting even more time.
True. Well, Vega doesn't have him muted for sure. That's OG going for this Roche. They have got the Chrono up again, and the Roar, and the Will-O-Wisp. But I think Vega wants to try. They are positioned. They are ready, and OG knew that.
Yeah, they backed out.
Yep.
Probably smart.
Oh, no kill. Stuck with some
that's
wards.
a lot of wards around
It is.
bro.
Can he get out?
Oh, good
got
luck with
boards
that.
helping him as well, but it doesn't matter. I mean, that's a lot of gold, but that means that there's no Will-O-Wisp. He can buy back. It means Roche is a little bit safer for now.
Maybe they can be the ones that go for Roche. They don't have the wards.
The Spirit coming out. This is OG knowing that it's happening.
Well,
And that's a buyback, so he has to get out.
Now you back out. You're wasting a lot of time while Thompson is just chilling, so...
Yeah, the longer the game goes, the better it is for OG, I guess, as you said. So, I mean, every time
Kunkka did get buffed. Yeah, Kunkka did get buffed, so he's kind of stronger later when he gets that 25 and stuff, but overall I think OG...
Oh, Madara, what are you doing there, buddy?
Oh.
There's a Fiend script for him too, if he's not careful.
There's a silence.
Will-O-Wisp coming out as well. The Roar as well, that is on DM. The Fiend script as well. The Shackle holding ILTW in place. He can still get out, and DM didn't actually die in that duration. The Chrono coming out as well. Where is the damage? ILTW, he's just fountaining for that. They're just trying to delay the fight. The Silence still coming out. DM still trying to dish out some damage. They can though. Support for Seb right now as the first two fall in this long drawn out fight. Jarex, he's just trying to juke between all the damage coming out, and it is Kezu that is able to chase down Thompson and get that kill. In the meantime, Jarex is trying to keep the rest of Vega at bay while the rest of his team, mostly ILTW is getting out. No, actually ILTW is also not getting out. No-Tail is the one dying here. ILTW is trying to juke Kezu as well as the M, but they got the X mark, the stomp as well. And that is...
I mean, this is just silly. Can I just say that Kezu is solo winning this game right now?
Yes, that was the stupidest fight we've seen.
They have absolutely no magic damage on the side of OG. I mean, Illuminate is something, but you use the Chrono, the target that gets gone on, you use the Crepify on him, and that's it.
It's fine.
That's it. Like, you can't kill that target.
And it felt like it was such a weird fight, because they just threw all their spells and thinking, you know, we have good team fight, maybe this works.
They had, but you have to catch Kezu. You have to catch Kezu with that Chrono. That's the only way you fight, honestly. That's it. Like, they realize that after that fight, they realize what they have to do, and they're gonna be looking at some initiating items for some tools to jump on that Pugna, because if you don't kill Kezu, you aren't killing anyone.
And they threw a lot on DM as well.
They did. They threw everything, but he got the crap fight like 3-4 times in the duration of that fight.
Like, it's fine.
And what do you do then? You have brain sap? Good luck.
Yep. It was an unfortunate fight for OG, even though normally in a situation like that, in a clumped up area like that, you would give OG the upper hand in a fight, but as you said, Kezu just...
you have to kill the Pugna. That's it.
Doing Pugna things, yeah.
Usually in a game you have some burst damage, so the Pugna isn't able to just solo do whatever, you know.
So they just have to Roar or Fiend script Pugna, or silence him. They can silence him. There's a lot of ways to deal with the Pugna, actually.
Yep.
They just have to get the right positioning. And at the moment there's double damage rune on Madara's Life Stealer. He
just do it,
is having the Aegis as well. Just do it. Just silence
Just silence him. But it's hard. He has Utterlance, he has Force, he has mobility.
There's a lot of ways that Vega Squadron can help out Kezu's Pugna if he's in trouble. The smoke up to protect the back line now from Vega Squadron as they're just pushing high ground. ILTW is still in the dire jungle. The wards come out as well. There's level 2 wards, of course, from maybe next time. Illuminate delaying it. Oops.
Yeah, these wards are just gonna die.
Oh, the Torrent.
Oh, they
gotta be careful with the boat as well. Coming out. There's the Roar. It is on the Life Stealer, the Fiend script there too. Where's that Pugna? He is there. The Crepify, number 1. There's still Will-O-Wisp, but they don't really seem to care about that. Look at the positioning from Kezu. Perfectly done Will-O-Wisp on cooldown,
Chrono's up.
Roar on cooldown, Fiend's Grip on cooldown. The only thing they have is that Chronosphere, and not only now does ILTW teleport, he is ready to use that Chronosphere. He gets his BKB as well, and they have a pause.
Yeah, they're just gonna chill a bit.
You know, they have got this fight, and how are they gonna work around it? That is the question. I mean, even if this is not a technical, or rather, even if it's a technical pause.
You think it's a puppy pause, basically?
No. But regardless of what type of pause it is, you do talk about what can happen, right?
Of course. You're telling your Void, listen, there's only one guy, that's Kezu. He's the only one that exists in this game, and we need a chrono on him.
Kezu's got himself positioned quite nicely.
You can see how LTW is trying to go around, trying to get the right angle to jump, but it's so very hard.
Yeah, earlier Kezu was of course on the top side of this lane. He moved a bit further back, knowing that there's no more pressure on the top lane from the Void, so he is the target.
Yeah,
Look at those things.
Yeah, it's like
this Pugna guy. Is there anybody that can save the Pugna? That can be a Torrent, but he has got a BKB, so there's that. Oh,
Kezu went in, actually.
He comes to, the Hex on time. But maybe next time. The Shackle as well as the Earth Splitter. That is, he just went all in for that BKB, and he didn't pop it before he went in.
That's a bait. That was a bait.
That was so bait. But why didn't he pop his BKB before going in? He just bought that.
Yeah, because
greed. Because
you want to jump in.
Yeah.
And
then use it. Like
Yeah, usually that's the way it works, but you always risk just being controlled by Rasta, and this is a full
that was a miss, Kezu. You got to do it again. There you. Denied.
But I mean, if you are Vega right now, you're feeling so good. As long as Kezu, I love Kezu's build, by the way, as well. I believe he bought Blink Dagger. Yeah. So he has Atlan's Blink Dagger and Force.
He's so movable.
Yeah, so full into mobility, and that's awesome. So very hard to catch him.
That's 8 to 19 in terms of kills, 10k gold in favor of Vega. I mean, after the laning stage, we did say, you know, Vega kind of won the lanes, but then OG kind of pulled it back, and it was, or rather, it looked even for a time. That is just a Roshan. One Roshan.
Yeah, I still think OG can take it. They just have to have a few good fights in which they do catch that Pugna.
Yeah.
I know it's not easy. I know he's very mobile. He's elusive.
OG can do it. I mean, we know that they're a strategical, strong team, so they can figure out the movement. At the same time, we have seen Vega today be
very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very conscious of everything happening on the map, and knowing who to protect and where to be, and their positioning has been very crisp. And they're now also just taking out the last outer tower. There is a bit of a push coming up from Topson on the top lane.
There's also this problem. Madara has that talent plus 20 evasion that you always take when you were going for Radiance, obviously, and like you need MKB as well. You have no burst for that Lifestealer. You need MKB on both the Void and the Drow.
Everything is up again. They got the Will-O-Wisp, the Roar, the Fiend's Grip.
I love how they just toss these boards. Like they don't even care about them. Just okay, Aegis is reclaimed.
ILTW, he's got to be careful there. Still doesn't have buyback.
Has BKB.
He's going to have to use it. The smoke for the backlines, the Hex is there as well, but I think that was, Vega knows that if he doesn't top his BKB, there is...
Oh, he goes in.
People around it. Another X-Mark. Where is his BKB? Again, shackled. Now there's his BKB with the Roar coming out. To interrupt that shackle. The Kezu is trying to get himself out. The Chrono is just on Kezu. Is there anything that can help him, that can save him? There is not. They did kill off the Shadow Shaman and Kezu, and now it is time for OG to try and find if they can find more. The Fiend's Grip now on Madara with nobody to save Madara. Topson getting the right clicks in, but it is not enough. The evasion is too much. Topson, he is the one having to run for Madara. Madara does get the kill on Topson, and they are now looking for Jarex. Can DM get that X mark? They don't have the vision anymore. There is a torrent coming out, and that is on the wrong place. And Jarex Bane is just a fine. I mean, it was a good fight for OG, I guess.
It was, definitely. I mean, you lose Topson, but you got something out of it. You found a way to kill that Pugna. However, you didn't really manage to kill the Kanka or the Nikes.
They did use all their cooldown.
Yeah. So it is a good fight, but at the same time, not really.
Don't think Vega wants to do anything while they don't have an Aegis, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could see how they went back in that fight. They didn't really want to fight near the cliff.
Hello.
Bye, Jerax.
That's some rune greed for you. As that Vega takes them all. Yeah. Yeah, Jerax just wanted that one rune, but got killed for it. Oh, arcane rune. Kezu will take that. And they are gonna pressure. Ages or not. They can just try and see what they can do.
I mean, that Nyx looked unkillable that last fight, so perhaps because of that they can just go in. He has Lincolns now as well, so he's not gonna get gripped. Well, they can break the Lincolns definitely, but it does become... It is a bit harder to roar him.
No Will-O-Wisp, no Chrono.
Oh, look at that, I love that as well. So they X-mark the Pugna, he jumps in, blasts, runs, gets marked back.
Yeah. You can move real fast that way, and there's another one. They can just take out the tier 3 tower and just keep on doing that. ILTW is in position.
In good position, actually.
Yeah, and that is a dead Kezu. He has got buyback, and he'll use it straight up. He'll make sure he's coming back for the fight. He does have a long way to go, though, before he is back here. Seb getting X-marked, torrented as well. DM just looking to dish out some damage. He does get away.
Yeah, you bought back Kezu, though. But now that Kezu has is back, you don't have Chrono, you don't have Roar, you don't have Bane.
They don't have they do have Will-O-Wisp.
They do? That's something you can work with, definitely.
I'm not sure if that's enough, but you know, it's Silver Lining. Oh, the silence coming. Even if you deal with Kezu, how are you going to deal with Madara's Lifestealer? The ward's coming out once again. Madara just slowing down Thompson. The Hex there as well, and that will mark the go signal for Madara to just try and get Thompson down, but the Force Staff is there to save his life.
Yeah, the boat.
And the Will-O-Wisp also are used in that one. Backdoor protection active, and the Torrent up on 2. Very nicely from the end. Seb, Nightmare to save his life. The Hex there, though, that is on ILTW, and he's taking a big beating right there. That's enough to take him down. He does have buyback, but he does not have Chrono, even if he does use it. Another lane of Rex taken by Vega Squadron, and they do not give up. They go top. They want this. They want, if they win this game, if they take these racks, they are one step closer to make it to the major and knocking OG out. Silence, Shadow Shaman forced into safety. Madara is there. OG have to be really careful. They cannot afford to lose a team fight. They have to find that perfect fight outside their base. I don't see
what they're doing. I don't see what they can do, actually, because I don't see them itemizing properly either. They can outplay them all they want. The fact it remains, you're not going to be able to hit that Nyx. He has too much evasion on him. If you don't have an MKB on Drow, Void, yeah, he can hit him every now and then, but it's not awesome.
Can they do, you know what we had yesterday when we saw Timbersaw against Bane, and the Timbersaw was the one that nobody could deal with and all that? Yep. Can the Bane just constantly control or try to control Madara and then they kill the rest?
I mean, that's possible. Yeah, sure. They do have ways of cancelling that grip. Yeah. You have X, that's like the best thing ever, long range. You also have, maybe next time with his Rasta, he should be fine with that.
Well,
After Lance and Blink, you can... I don't know. It's looking very hard for OG.
It really is.
I definitely did not expect them to be in this situation before the series.
Even after the laning stage, we kind of still... they're going up the high ground looking for No-Till, finding a No-Till who's getting hexed up, and that is no Will-O-Wisp. He does have buyback available, might need to buy back to save his team, but there's no buyback for ILTW.
90 seconds, this is the lane. Like, how do you have this with these 3 heroes? Kotal has to buy back instantly. You have to do something.
There it is.
Yeah, he's gonna buy back, but they know Void
that getting Force Staff aggressively, has to use BKB to try and get himself out of there, but that BKB might just... Oh no, it's fine. He can blink himself out. There wasn't enough damage to keep him grounded there. The ward's being used on the tier 3 tower. Vega smelling a victory here, and Seb getting forced as a chicken back to the fountain. The Will-O-Wisp trying to keep Vega at bay, but Madara doesn't really seem to care that much. Just dives in. The rest of Vega Squadron do focus down those Rex. Madara back there as well, helping out his team, and that is Rex down. And no Chronosphere for another 40 seconds. There is a Roar, there is a Fiend's Grip, but where's that damage going to come from? Thompson does not have it yet. The Roar is there on the Shadow Shaman. The tier 3 towers, the tier 4 towers rather, dropping slowly but steadily. And with every ticking second, OG is one step closer to elimination.
15 seconds for Void. Maybe you
They
corner
have
them
maybe
all.
one last hurrah. But they might have to do that one last hurrah without Jerax, because that Bane is not coming back for another 30 seconds. They cannot afford to wait for him. They have to go now. Vega Squadron, and they know that. They rather take it safe. I don't blame them for that. There is also a Roshan up. They do send that Kunkka back. Just to get some regen back and come back with a bit of extra mana as well. Open wound, slowing down Thompson. The Chronosphere is still available. ILTW again though, no BKB usage for him, and he gets hexed and shackled and taken down. That's is game. There is no way that OG can take it, make it out of this one, and that is OG eliminated from the European qualifiers for the Stockholm Major. Woo.
Wow.
Vega Squadron are an absolute